just wanna feel something, I don't really care if it hurts. Long as it's real and gotta last long. I just wanna feel the wind, even if I gotta fall to feel it. Long as it's true, I don't really care what you say. Just show up, I don't care if you stay. I just need real right now, I just need real right now. I'm tired of forgiving you, I'm tired of being full of love with nobody to give it to. When I wanna have fun, I get ridiculed. When you wanna have fun, you get rid of rules. Creeping on the low, giving up a damn right for a couple so-sos. Say stressed out and it's all my fault. With a 6-digit code on your iPhone, with a phone book all full of code names. So many code names, you don't even know names. If I was you, I'd be stressed as well. Couldn't sleep right, wouldn't be resting well. Cause any second now, you might let the wrong thing slip. Explains why you been so anxious. And I'm the one who gotta build you up. Half empty, I'm the one who fill your cup. It don't take much to make it right with me. Tell me the truth, not just what I believe. As long as I can still feel you, so I don't care where we go. I just wanna feel something, I don't really care if it hurts. Long as it's real and gotta last long. I just wanna feel the wind, even if I gotta fall to feel it. Long as it's true, I don't really care what you say. Just show up, I don't care if you stay. I just need real right now, I just need real right now. I could pretend that I don't care for you, but what's worse, being hurt or scared to love? I'd rather be wrong than too stubborn to know. Wanna be the same me through the sun and the snow, even if that means I crash and burn. Always put logic last and passion first. If my heart's in it, then it just has to work. If we made it this far, then we passed the worst. I'd rather take a whole no than a half yes. Take failed leaps over half steps. No doubts when we thinking on the past tense. Long as it's all real, I don't care what happens. Half of me wants you to go away. Half of me knows this is just a phase. But as long as I can still feel your soul, I don't care where we go. I just wanna feel something, I don't really care if it hurts. Long as it's real and gotta last long. I just wanna feel the wind, even if I gotta fall to feel it. Long as it's true, I don't really care what you say. Just show up, I don't care if you stay. I just need real right now, I just need real right now. Yeah. Everyone wanna put on, but not everyone got the reach. Wanna take blood, success take.
I can find something wrong in heaven, baby. Ooh, I swear something wrong with me. I can find something wrong in heaven, baby. But what I got to show for this honesty might be the shit I'm on forever, baby. Yeah. Would you still wanna hold me down? She said I see you be right, wanna see you be happy. What if I don't know how? What happens when you get to the top and it ain't what you thought? And you cross all your T's and your eyes all got dots, and the dots in your eyes getting small from fatigue. And they try to call you out, but they die late. That's my current mind state in a time where time's great. Shit, I be trying to make my prime wait. I got this fear about fear, and that I fear about fear. And I got feelings about feelings. I be sealing that ceiling. I be Sherlock Holmes of the stresses. I find all of them shits, girl, I'm extra. I could find the one cloud when it's sunny. I could feel broke in a pile of money. Trying to convince myself shit why I talk a lot. Shit, I could bring sand to the beach and then stand in the parking lot and not even go in. Take dips in positivity, but gotta be thrown in. Something wrong in heaven, baby. Ooh, I swear something wrong with me. I can find something wrong in heaven, baby. But what I got to show for this honesty might be the shit I'm on forever, baby. Yeah. Would you still wanna hold me down? She said I see you be right, wanna see you be happy. What if I don't know how? I don't know that it's gonna get better, will I get it over time? They be so negative, these sentiments of mine. Know it seem I'm winning, it's my element to shine, but it don't always look the same inside as it is outdoors in the midst of cloud warfare. Trying to make them feel me where they don't anymore care, and been having recent success, almost as scary as failure to me. What if I still stress the people that's caring for me out? Until they make their way out, and I'm standing in sun covered in rubble from the bubble of my gray doubt, and they waiting on emotional payouts for standing by me all these years when I would stay pouting. How much have I earned with my good traits? I be pointing out the bad, but in good faith. I've been trying to tell me that I'll be happy. Make the darkness occasional, the content's everlasting. It's the type of beat that make me want talking cliches. Make me want turn my phone off for 3 days. Make me wish that all my dues were just prepaid. Make them go through like 5 people to get to me. Like, let all my messages be relays. On vacay, eating till my thoughts vacate. So I think I could turn off for a few, but if I never lose this frown shit, will I have lost you?
Hello, people. Your abusive parent is back after their holiday trip. I never plan on leaving for months. I just been working a lot and lost track of time. I really did lose track of time. And yeah, I'm feeling actually really good. Life is life. There's always something going on. But at the end of the day, the job I got going is going good. And I'm starting to get my schedule more honed in. It's been all over the place, but they are switching me to a higher level, so more pay, which is always good because at the end of the day, the whole goal is to fix some of these mistakes that I made in the past, so that I can get back to seeing you guys a little bit more often. But yeah, I figured I got some time today. I wanted to jump on last night. I just got a little bit too tired and I still had stuff to do around the house, had to clean up. But yeah, let's go ahead and show you what I look like. You know, just so you know that I'm not dead. Because you know, it could be an AI voice if I just kept it on that screen the entire time. But how is it going? Happy New Year, everybody. Sorry I didn't check in beforehand. But yeah. I've been working 6 days a week. And having fun doing it. You know, there's people in my job that I like to see. So that keeps me there as well. And yeah. Besides that, just been working. I tried to keep up with shows, but didn't even have enough time for that. Tried to finish up Stranger Things, but every time I would start one, I'd end up falling asleep just because I was too tired. But yeah. So right now, I am still in a macro short. Now, that's the main reason why I'm here today, is because we do have new developments. Hopefully, you guys were paying attention a little bit more than me, because I did have to kind of lessen my risk a little bit due to the fact that I missed the best possible entry. And even though I plotted it out, I plotted it out in the Discord. Let's see. Okay, so I didn't send that picture. That sucks, actually. I feel kind of bad for that. So this was the original. And then I had a one-on-one session with somebody either the same day or afterwards or sometime that week. And I remember talking to him about the fact that, hey, when you do plot your ABCs, you need to be aware of the multiple possibilities. And I think when I was talking to him, it was right around... No, maybe not. So yeah, maybe it wasn't... This was... Oh, okay. So it was a couple days afterwards. It was December 16th. Because we were in this little area here. And I was like, well, we don't necessarily have to go all the way back down and retest the local low. We can actually go back up and retest the local high and then create a larger ABC structure. And then that would bring us further down. And that would actually be the more preferable thing to happen. in the thoughts of people's heads when they're in a short, they don't want it to go up. But for me, I do, because once again, it gives us a reason that if the market is going to maintain bearishness, it's going to do so from a lower point, which due to that, we can go ahead and move our trade to the downside. So our original short position was all the way up here at 124,000. You guys remember me being super, super bearish. Well, no, I wouldn't say I was super bearish. I was fair. Okay, because at the end of the day, I don't want to hurt any super bulls' feelings when I do have the general opinion that we're not going to blast off. And at the time, it was, I think, the most logical thing to say. The market was very thin. We had multiple ABCs layering on top of each other. It was very clear to me that at some point it was going to topple over. Now, the question we have today, is it going to continue? I do believe so. That is my opinion. To at least, I would say, like the $74,000, $75,000 mark. Okay. At that point, I would be more willing to be like, okay, we can probably have a sideways consolidation for maybe a couple months, go back up and retest some, local highs. And then I do think there would be another shakeout at some point, which my ultimate goal for Bitcoin, for it to sell it into a actual low that I think, one, gives people plenty of opportunity in the future for whatever highs we hit next. Maybe we don't. Who knows? Maybe this is it. You always have to prepare for the worst. But yeah, I do think that after maybe a consolidation, after retesting 74, 75,000, we probably would see some sort of continuation and break past that point down to, I would say, like 54. Maybe even a little bit lower. I'm not going to start calling numbers lower than that, but 54 is, I think, the responsible number to go back down to. It's not crazy. It's a good retracement. It's a huge local low, massive support. Kind of would be a median retest of the last bull market high. So I think in general, that's the direction we're heading. So now if we talk about the immediate time frames, we do have the A to B to C, which is responsible for me taking profit on my long-term short position that we had from 124,000 and moving it down. Now, I would have to open up my account to see the exact number, but it is not where it is supposed to be, okay? Because we did put in the higher high here, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that it is not a one and done. Because when I'm in a trade, that's what I want. When I'm not in the best possible position, I kind of am hoping for the opposite. I do hope that we go back up and retest a little bit. Maybe push past it just gently. And that way I can get my real position. But I really didn't enter the short position until like 92, I want to say. That's the number I do remember. I don't know if it was higher or lower 92s. So I did have to increase my stop loss a little bit just to give myself that buffer. And because of that, the risk reward ratio does suffer a bit if we do have that continuation to the downside. Now, if we do continue the downside, I will have a possible hedge long position off of 80,703. That's my next hedge position. Okay, now we do have to get a lower low and then come back above that level. And then from there, that's what I want to be looking for, the longer term consolidation period. I am still going to be holding these two trades in conjunction. Hey. And so I'll probably have to use a different account if I want to go into a little bit more medium scalps. I don't have the time to be sitting here and managing 10 different trades on a bunch of different altcoins. It's not going to happen. Anybody that's excited for that, no. So, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. You guys know I am a Bitcoin maxi nowadays. KDA was something fun. We can go check up on that. I don't know where that's sitting. KDA USD. Oh my goodness. What a shame, man. They really let something good go to waste. They had a good mining model. They had a good network. Because I used it a lot to transfer, and it was extremely quick and extremely cheap. I guess that's the problem when you have something that's not completely decentralized. It's just doomed. One thing happens, one tweet happens, and everything falls apart. Had huge risk reward potential, so had to take a chance on it. Tired of not taking chances. But Ethereum, very similar position. We did put in we did put in a higher high actually. So yeah, technically we have the ABC top on Ethereum on the daily chart. We have the ABC top on kind of the medium time frames for continuation for Bitcoin. Everything's kind of shaping up in the way that I thought it would. Now, like I said, the only question is it consolidation or continuation? We'll wait and see. But all right. That's pretty much all I got for crypto. Keep it short and sweet. I don't have a whole lot of time. I'll probably only be here for a couple more, maybe 10, 20 minutes. Because I do want to go grab lunch and all that before I head into work tonight. But yeah. How's everybody doing? What's going on in your lives? Anything interesting? I finally, bit the bullet in October. That's when my restaurant finally opened, and you gotta wear a very particular outfit, and you gotta tuck in your shirt. And the way I was living, just being depressed and just not doing shit, having a tucked in shirt shows off a lot. It shows off a lot of that depression weight. So I said, fuck, okay, let's go ahead and get back to where we were. And because I went back to some of my earliest live streams. I looked at myself and I'm like, what the fuck? Who is that? Dude, I look so good. So I started intermittent fasting. I was doing, I had to mix it up some days because of my schedule, but I was doing like about a 4 to 5 hour eating window. And I stuck to it all the way October. Let's see. I'm forgetting everything. Yeah. So actually, I think I slightly started in September, towards the end of September, and then fully through October, fully through November, and then halfway through December. And unfortunately, grandfather passed away, which I don't think I've really processed it yet. I'm going to his funeral on the 29th up in Maryland, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be an open casket. And there's something about open caskets. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking this, but I'm very ADD, and if something is not in front of me, it's almost like it doesn't exist. And unfortunately, that goes for people as well. I can remember all the good memories and everything like that, but for some reason, my brain just doesn't click that it is what it is. So I remember when I went to my other grandfather's funeral. Oh my God, dude. I was a sobbing mess. And I had to carry the casket too. Oh, what a weight to carry. Emotionally, man. Like, that sucks. I don't think I can do that again. Unless it's, I would. But yeah, so it's not the same feelings that I had when my mom died, because obviously that was an entirely different situation. He was in his 90s, lived a very long life, very happy guy, and passed away on good terms. It wasn't like a bad thing. So different feelings, but I'm sad he's gone, because I had a lot of long talks with him when I was younger. We would just sit there and chat for a whole day. And he didn't care that I was, 6, 7. Oh my God, I did it. 8 or 9. He would talk to me like an adult for hours about just complex topics that, to be honest, most of the time I didn't know what he was talking about. But because of that, I would go look it up, so that next time I came back, I could sound a little bit smarter. So I owe him a lot, and I'm sad he's gone. So when he died, I was like, well, fuck. I'm sad. Let's eat a little bit more food here. So, but I recently just got back on it. My scale's broken, so I don't have an updated number, but I look better and I feel better, and mentally I'm better. So let's continue. And then beyond that, today picked up a membership at the Y, and plan on going there whenever I got time. Otherwise, it's just going to be calisthenics workouts at home. And I might go to Home Depot sometime this week and try to get a pull-up bar installed. So that way I got something to do at home as well. Because those shitty like pull-up things that you put on the doorways, those end up doing some damage. I had one of those and I used it way too much to the point where like it snapped the door frame. Said, had to carry my mom's casket. Never want to do that again. Yeah, it's a different feeling, because it's like it's almost you're responsible for, making sure that no one ever sees them again. It's weird. It's a weird thing. I don't know. It's just it's an unspeakable emotion that goes through you when that happens. But said you're lucky to have someone in your life like that. You have no idea. I am. I'm so thankful. For all, there's a lot of things that were screwed up that led to the fact I would have to, be around him so often, but I'm glad they happened so that I could. Okay, there were your brothers and your friends. Yeah, there's me, my cousins. We all carried it. Just want to know how the ABC works on a lower time frame, like 5 minutes. How would you play it? So the one-on-one session I had with somebody in December, the primary goal was short time frames, and I understand the lustful call of the 5 minute and under time frames is hard to not respond to, but. Listen, I'm gonna give you a real answer, and then I'm going to explain what I would do. Okay, that's what I did for the one-on-one. My real answer is don't play the 5 minute time frame. Plain and simple. At least maybe there's a different method you could find. I don't know if ABCs are gonna be the best for you. Now the thing is if I go down to a 5 minute time frame, I can find the ABCs, I can find the trades, but they're not the same. They're not the trades that are going to make you go, wow. And if they are, that means your risk is incredibly high and you are going to go bust. So if I was to play the smaller time frames with ABCs, which we have in the past, and we have had various success. We had an account where we took it from 100 to $4,000, and then I walked away for a couple of months just because life was happening. And, it was very difficult. You wake up in the middle of the night all the time. You can't. It's not good on your body. Trust me. But instead of looking for hedge trades, you're going to be looking for short-term trades. You're going to be looking for 6 to 10 R&R trades with small stop losses, and you're going to get hit a lot. Okay, so if something isn't working, you need to be able to tweak your stop loss. You need to be able to tweak your risk. You need to be able to tweak your your expected R&R for where we are in the market. Because if we're in a movement period where we're seeing continuation, you're not going to get these nice back and forths where you're going to be able to take advantage of a smaller time frame. So you might want to wait until there's kind of that first sign of consolidation. For me, that would be us going back down to our nearest local low, which is at 74,630, and then finding some sort of support there, because that means that we probably will stay above it for quite a bit of time before breaking through. So, wait for the market to give you signs and then play in that direction. Now, if you're going to be playing short-term time frames while we're in a market of continuation, you probably want to go and be honest with yourself and go, what direction is that continuation in? Is it to the downside or is it to the upside? Because if it's to the downside, you probably shouldn't be taking a whole lot of short-term longs, okay? Unless it's very clear. So, I'm not gonna. That's pretty much it. If you have any other further questions on anything specific, I can answer it. But that's my honest opinion on the smaller time frames from my perspective, because I've been doing this so long, and as well as that, if I was going to go back and do it again, how would I do it? And yes, I am vaping again. I was using Rogues for quite a bit of time, but just fearful of the fact that I had access to it all the time. At least with a vape. Yes, when I'm not at work, am I constantly using it? Sure, but when I'm at work, there's like long periods of time where I can do my job without having a need to vape all the time. So because of that, I feel like I do get like a good balance, and I think that's important. Having constant access to something is not good for you. At the end of the day, I do want to quit. I am just kind of a bit scared of how I might talk to people or treat people at my job when I am quitting nicotine, because they're putting me, at least the main boss is trying to put me in positions where I'm basically a little tiny manager, giving direction, doing all this, and I do appreciate it. But you guys know me, I'm not the meanest guy ever. But I did find myself using a voice and a tone with people the other day that, after it happened, I said, what the fuck? I do not want to talk like that to people. That is not who I am. At least not anymore. So I went back and I apologized, and I said, hey, didn't mean to, get short with you. Didn't mean to raise my voice. I apologize, and I'll try not to do it again. Ritesh said, still single? Unfortunately, at the moment. I did find somebody I really like, and we got something going on. But, it's a situation, and I'll leave it at that. But yeah. I'm at a loss for words. So yeah, there you go. Ask a question, I'll answer it. But it's good seeing you guys again. So, although I do dislike leaving. Throat dry. Hold on. I was sitting next to this candle here, and it's just heating up every time I talk. But yeah. I do hate leaving for for months at a time. But I got so much going on, and as well as that, I switched to long-term macros. There isn't a whole lot to talk about when it comes to actual Bitcoin. And there's a part of me that's like, if I don't have anything informational wise revolving around crypto, well, people aren't going to want to see it anyways. But these long breaks, when I do come back, I notice that I see the same names. And the people that were just here for a short moment to just get information about how to make some big bucks, well, they're gone. And hopefully they moved on, and hopefully they did have success. But the people that, one, understand ABCs and like being here just in the group, well, you guys stay. Good luck with the bird, bro. Oh man, I've not heard the term bird in a long time. But I yeah. So, I mean, I've had a couple things happen off stream that I never even brought up, but that was just because, you know, I don't always make the best choices. But no, this one I do like, and feel like it's not gonna go the way I want it to, but we'll see. Isa, say Yokai, long time. Good to see you. Good to see you too. Sorry for leaving you. Transfer. Oh, look, he's alive. Alive and thriving, mind you. Not just alive. A lot of the times when I come back, I am just alive. But this is the first time that I've showed up, and well, actually, when I kind of initially started my job and I was having really good feelings about it, that's I think I was very positive on that live stream. But right now, I feel great. There's been a couple bad days, don't get me wrong. It's not always great to keep a positive attitude. You got to have some sort of ebb and flow if you want to have those really good highs. Said, didn't you stop smoking? Yes, we did. We've stopped smoking several times. I think the longest streak was 6 months. That was back in like what, 2022. And then I quit a couple times for a couple weeks and all this. Where I work, you know, at a restaurant, everybody is smoking. Everybody's vaping. It's hard not to get sucked back into it. And I know that's kind of a cop-out because you're responsible for your own decisions, but a part of it does feel good. Have you shared your portfolio yet? Still profiting? No. I don't really plan on showing off the portfolio too heavily until this is the main thing again. Because I got a lot of other things going on, and the one thing I don't want is people just having a certain view of me. I want to get rid of that. And I do feel like in the past when we were riding those highs, especially, you know, the 100 to 100,000 thing, a part of that was very like egotistical and arrogant. Of course, I love showing results as like a, hey, you can do it too. That is the most important thing, but showing off profit numbers, it felt good to let other people know that I was great. So yeah. And I mean, the trade that I'm in now, the money that I have to work with, which isn't a whole lot, you know, it's nothing crazy. So like even showing that, like it's not really gonna like wow any people. The chef's using it as an excuse to have another break. Works for me, because when they go out to smoke, I go, can I join you? And then we go together. Came back to this live after 2022. What happened the last 3 years? My mother died. I went into a severe depression. I put on a lot of weight. My muscles atrophied. I didn't document all of my winnings because, hey, at the end of the day, I am who I am and I know what I'm great at, and I was great at that. I was really good at making money. Was not great at documenting it. Once again, ADD. So I got in trouble with taxes. I let the interest grow on those, and because of that, it started to withdraw money from my accounts at such an extent that I really couldn't do much. I couldn't compound the account in the way that I need to in order for things to go well. Because as a trader, at the end of the day, you need a lot of capital in order to have any fruitful future with that. Of course, you can always start small and then you can grow it. But the money that was coming out of those accounts, couldn't keep up with it. So, you know, I rearranged my lifestyle. I, you know, sold off the Mercedes, both of them. I got a nice little beater car. Well, it's not a beater. It's 2018 all that, guy with 30,000 miles, you know, but it was a lot cheaper, especially with the trade-in. So I rearranged how I thought about things, and then I don't know. I was just trying to figure out what I want, because I had this idea in my head about how everything was going to turn out. You know, I would talk to my friends and go like, you know, you want to come live in my mansion with me? You know, what kind of car do you want for your birthday? You know, just all these stupid things. And, you know, I was taking trips and a lot of the times the things I bought, the places I went, and the promises I made were not out of the best intentions. I do think I'm an okay person, but it was more for how other people felt and viewed me than what I actually wanted. And then when I lost my mom, oh fuck, you find out what you want really quick when someone, I'm not going to get into that. She made me think about who I was. And I wish I could have been a different person sooner. But yeah. So I started doing DoorDash to pay the bills, and once again, very good at making money. I find my ways. And we found, for a long time, this glitch was a secret that nobody knew about except for me and a very small group of people. And oh man, did we abuse the shit out of it. Basically, DoorDash, it works in a way. I don't do DoorDash anymore because I have the stability of the restaurant job, which I made more money with DoorDash. Don't get me wrong. But there was some issues with it that I had to kind of let it go. But there was a glitch on DoorDash where you can keep your acceptance rate at 100%. And then for a long time, there was only the large order program. And I think there was only maybe like 3 drivers on the section of the city that I worked that were like large order program drivers. So any order that was over $100 subtotal went to me. And usually that had a much higher tip. So I had the best offers. I never had to accept a shitty one. I got great mileage on my vehicle because of that. And I made a lot of money. But when my mom died, I didn't go out to work as much. I just stayed home, wilted away, and yeah. I realized, once again, I did some introspection, and I started to figure out what the issue was. And just like with trading, you have to really understand yourself and set up roadblocks for the imperfections and how your brain operates. Because to me, at least, there's 3 different things. There's whoever's in the back of your head that's watching the decisions that you make. There is the brain, which basically influences those actions on a daily level. And then there's the body. They all work separately, but in tandem at the same time. So the watcher needs to be able to recognize the imperfection your brain has, and then slowly but surely set up the necessary precautions, the bumper lanes, so to speak, to make sure that you perform at a decent level. And hopefully you can get beyond that at some point. And what I found was, because of, me not taking ADHD medication, I need to find a way to get around the fact that I am so ADD. And one way to do that was get a job where there is social pressure. I found that the thing that I care most about, unfortunately, is people, which is great, but at the same time can really suck. So, with a regular job, although the pay was lower, at the time, it's starting to get there. All right. Like I said, I'm working my way up because I am a hard worker when it comes down to it. So, you know, if I don't show up to work and it's a super busy night, I'm putting someone else in a shitty position because of my actions. And that's something that I would never want to do. So even though I wake up in the morning and I don't want to get out of bed and I don't want to put on my shoes and all this, I'm going to do it because I don't want to hurt somebody else. And after a short period of time of hating, getting, you know, up and moving and interacting with people and trying to put on a happy face, after a little bit of time, it was actually a real emotion. And I feel really good. Feel good. So let's hope that this is not just a seasonal thing and I go falling back into the pits of despair. I don't plan to. No one ever plans it. It happens though. And at the end of the day, it wasn't anybody else that helped me get back where I needed to be. It was just one lonely day, sitting, thinking, and I said, it's going to be shit, but I need to go do that because of all the reasons I just listed out. And I'm very happy I did. Like I said, I met somebody and really do like them. No matter how things turn out, I'm always glad that I have experiences to look back upon fondly. So, we'll see. You can't ride $100 into 100K again? I mean, sure I can. It would just take a very long period of time. And I mean, that's essentially what I'm doing on the side here. But the 100 to 100K, it was during the bull market. We just took breakout trades, compounded our risk at least to a certain degree of intelligence. And beyond that, the market did the rest of the work. We're not in that type of market anymore. And I don't know if we will be. We're going to have a lot of ebbs and flows. And I think that's more responsible. And I think because of that, investors will be more willing to put money into the market long term. But Bitcoin has always kind of been that explosive asset that nobody really wanted to take a chance on. Yeah, there's, the market cap's been growing constantly, but at the same time, you can't lie. It's not a stable thing. But the way the market has been moving starts to scream, it's going to be a lot more stable. I'm the same. Previous job, however, destroyed me. I didn't care if someone had to cover me and change their plans. Yeah. I understand that. There's days. But yeah, now I might have a little bit more time here, but I do have to eventually get moving. I go in at 5 today, so I'll probably leave the house sometime around like 3:30, just so I can go get gas. I need to stop by Walmart real quick, grab some food, all that kind of stuff. All right, I'm gonna just ask me to send a video. There we go. All right, boom. Did you profit during the last bull cycle? Yeah, a lot of it went to paying off debt. That's the sad part about it. There's nothing. So, car debt, house debt. I guess maybe if it's a nice trip or something that you really want to go on, not just for like egotistical reasons or anything like that, but like you genuinely have always wanted to go somewhere. you know, you put that on a credit card. That kind of debt doesn't feel bad, but oh my fucking God, tax debt just is another level of depression. Because like the money leaves your account and it's like, that money was made up out of thin air. Like, what the like it sucks. I understand it. I made those mistakes. I didn't pay them on time, so therefore I could have paid less and it wouldn't have been much of an issue. But yeah. Any change in the trading strategy or still ABC patterns? It's still ABCs, but I am more of a macro trader now. So instead of looking for short-term profit, I'm looking for long-term gains. And then I'm using continuation structures and hedge structures in order to bet against myself. And as well as that, make sure that I am profiting as the market moves. I tried to explain to somebody the other day, because this is talking about the whole situationship thing. Dude, I can sit here and talk to you for hours and my brain just goes flying because it's like I lose track of time. I lose myself. When I'm talking to other people, I am so like standoffish about just making sure they don't think I'm a fucking weirdo. Because I mean, you guys have heard 1,000 different stories about all the shit that I've done, been through. Some of it you haven't, because that's things that can't go on the internet. But I'm a pretty strange person, so I try to make sure that doesn't come across. And sometimes it hurts, but hey, maybe we'll get over it. Yeah, I can give you an example. So, essentially, what you're going to do is you're going to wait until a significantly large structure, say this one, for example, A, B, and C, shows itself. You're going to take that trade just like you normally would. Now, in the past, we would target, like the 0.382 or the 0.441 of said structure. So we would take the top to bottom, and then we would look for, the 0.382, 0.5, that region, and that's where we would take profit. But what I've noticed is I was hurting myself. A lot of the times it would go way past that, and there was a lot more potential on the board. So I instead adopted a hedge trading strategy where I'm waiting for the opposite position to pop up and then betting against myself. So let's say, for example, we go down, we form a B, and then we form a C, and now we have a long position right here. So I would take a short from the top, I would take a long from the bottom once the price recovers, or if it recovers above that. And then we are basically creating a no man's land. All right. This is no profit, no loss. So when I explain that to some people, their greed takes over. They go, well, now, Austin, you're not making any money. What are you doing? What's the point? The money has already been made. Okay, you're already in profit. You have already made the money. All right, if you need more money, you need to wait until the next opportunity. There will be more money. But now, even if the price skyrockets up and we go on a bull run that I've never ever seen before, and I was totally wrong about us coming down to 54,000, because once again, it's about separating your opinion of what the market's going to do and then what the market is hinting at it could do, and then taking those opportunities and riding them for everything they have. you set yourself up in a position like this. So the next step of this puzzle is, how do you get your money out? Well, the easy way is you are going to wait for the next possible position. So if we took a short position from here, all right, and then the market forms an ABC right here, which it did, which is why I moved my short to the downside. I took profit and then opened up another one. If the market is going to maintain any form of like legitimate bearishness, it's going to be from this point. Now, we might go back down again and it might come back up and form a larger ABC. That's okay. But this point at this moment in time is what the market is hinting at as a possible new bearish position. So if the market is going to be bearish, it's going to be from this point. So why keep the other short open when we can move it down here, take the profit that's in between those 2 points, compound the account, open up the new position. And now if we do get the hedge position, now that hedge position can now make money, not from, we weren't going to make any money from this point. But now we're not going to make any money only from this point. So once we get back above this, if the long does work out, well, now we're making new money. And then you just rinse and repeat that process over and over and over and over and over again. And at the same time, controlling your emotions, because I will be the first to say, even though what I just said only took me about 1.5 minutes to say, and is genuinely one of the most profitable strategies I've ever used, there is still moments in time where you're going to question yourself on whether or not you're making the right decision. And then you're going to back out of positions. You're not going to take a position. You're going to go too hefty on risk. You're going to do a lot of things beyond just the actual strategy itself that mess you up. But those are things that you have to do in order to learn that it hurt. Because that's what it takes. How much for a one-on-one class? They're usually about an hour. Most of the time they do run over, because if you're genuinely asking me questions that you want to know, and I feel like you're actually in it, I'm more than willing to go an hour, 32 hours, like no issue. But it's on the Patreon. It's $50. You buy it and then you cancel it. And that way you don't get charged again the next month or whatever. And then you go ahead and message me on Discord. I think I have, I might need to update that, to be honest with you. But if anything, message me on Patreon, because I will be able to see it pop up in my email. And then we can go ahead and get everything set up if that's something you wanted to do. And then we do the one-on-one over Discord screen share, and we just talk. What leverage do you play with? Leverage is a variable. Sometimes I use 200x leverage. Sometimes I use 3. All right. Your leverage does not matter at all. What matters is your risk and how you get there. Now, if you want to take trades on multiple different coins, you're probably going to be using higher leverage, but the risk is all the same. Go to my YouTube, go to the videos, go to how, forgot what the name of that video is. It's been a very long time, but, let's see. Panel. This one right here. Leverage trade correctly R&R math tutorial. Genuinely one of the best videos I've ever made. Hands down. Probably left out some things that were important, but brain be doing brain things. Do you still use Bybit or a different exchange? I use BuyDeFi. That's my current exchange. I haven't had any issues with it. I haven't had any genuine issues with any of the other exchanges that I've had, approach me for affiliate sponsorships and all that. Fimex, that one was a little bit, just because they said one thing, did another, but that was on my end. When it actually came to making trades and stuff, it was an all right website. Never had an issue with withdrawals or anything. Yeah. Can you explain such trade back in 2023? Absolutely. Like I said, I did a lot of time today. So I would like to jump on to. Do I work a double? No, I'm off tomorrow. I'm off tomorrow. So tell you what, I'll be here tomorrow, probably around the same time, and then I will show you. But for right now, I'm just going to chat a little bit longer, and then I'm going to get out of here because I got to go. So what kind of girls do you like? What are the red flags on... Why we keep calling them birds, man? What are we doing? What are red flags, according to you? I don't have like a type. Like I'm not like, oh, I want a blonde, I want a brunette, I want this, I want that. You know, I don't care if they're on the thicker side. There is something to be said about like, you know, when it gets to a certain point, because then at that point it's, because even for me, I've been on the heavier set side quite a bit of times, but like I always kind of bounce back because I feel like shit, and I want to make sure that I'm treating myself with respect to a certain extent. And so when I see someone like that, it does kind of scream like, hey, let's I don't think you're my match. Nothing against that. But yeah, so I don't really have a type. I'm more attracted to like how they act, how they treat people, and you know, just their brain, I guess. And then red flags. I'm sure I got a lot of red flags, so I can't really be a judge. Red flags at the end of the day probably just be like playing games, like emotional manipulation to get one, like, you know, to get something out of somebody, whether it be physical, financial, or whatever. I think that at the end of the day is really the only red flag to me that would be like a make or break. Obviously, like if you've had the conversation that you're like exclusive and all of a sudden like you find out they're either one talking to people in a certain way or actually doing things, that's not a red flag. That's a hammer hitting a brick wall. Like it's done. But like red flag is a kind of like a thing that hopefully if you're an adult you can talk through it. But yeah, playing games. Law. What's going on, man? That show trading terminal open positions. It's all on my phone, man. I don't even have it logged in. And it's nothing special. The gains are positive just because the market's been good to us. But like I said, I don't have a whole lot of money to work with. Everything I am making goes to rent, bills, debt, and trying to make sure that I have money to go have fun with the people I like. Just some... Are you trying to like socially manipulate me? What are you doing? Just some personal questions. Your full government name, your street address, and who you think you are as a person. Kite, why do so many people have issues taking profits in the market? Greed and just being in your own head, you know, whether or not you think that like, oh, there's no way this is going further, or this is doing this, or this is doing that. That's something that I had to really work on, was building basically like almost a schizophrenia to a certain extent. It has to be that to that certain extent. You have to have a very clear separation of what your opinion is, and then just being a trader and just doing what needs to be done in the appropriate way. If you don't have that, you cannot do it. You can't mix the two. Of course, if you've been doing it for many years, there is like an intuition, but to me, it's different than opinion. Intuition is like a genuine feeling about the market because you've been living in it, you've been breathing it for so long, you've seen the way it moves, you've seen the way it behaves, how it interacts with supports and resistances and all this. So if I was to go play a totally different asset that I've never had, a lot of time with, could I do well with it? Yeah. But am I going to do great with it? No, because I don't have that intuition. Is your stop loss a fixed percentage, like 35%? It is always a fixed percentage, but it's based off of like where I got my entry and what I think a respectable buffer above a support or resistant or below a support is. But trailing stop losses, in my opinion, I do believe are put there out of the exchange's interest, not yours, because if you can get stopped out quicker, well, you pay a market fee. And if you get stopped out a lot, you pay more market fees. And at the end of the day, the exchange, they have no ill will. They're going to let you do what you need to do, but they are going to put things in certain particular places that make it seem like it's easier to do this than that, whether it be a bot or whatever it might be, to get you to pay those fees. There's no shame. It's not shady. It's up front. But, it's just like a restaurant painting, having more red in their logo. They know because red is psychological. It's like it's like a primal, like builds your like hunger. So they do that. It's not nefarious. It's just a trick. All right. I do have to go. I got to get moving here. I appreciate you guys very much. The amount of people that show up, even though I don't show up for you a lot, really does mean a lot. And like I said, I am off work tomorrow. So I'll stop by for maybe, 30 minutes to an hour. Or maybe you guys start asking questions and you get my brain going. And all of a sudden I'm off on some weird tangent about how we're all connected. That tends to be how it goes. And I appreciate you. And I'll see you soon. Let's go ahead and say goodbye. Well, my name is Kite. Legitimately, my name is Kite. That's my real name. I live in Virginia, the Richmond area, and I've had a very traumatic life, but for whatever reason, I can work my way through it. And there's that whole thing where it's like the most depressed people are always the ones that seem the happiest. And yes, I do have my moments where I'm genuinely upset and depressed, but I'm so grateful that even all the things that have happened, a lot of the times I'm not just putting on some happy face for the sake of it and smiling. I say what I feel, most of the time. But yeah, I got a lot of fight. That's all. So there you go. There's your questions. There's your wingman Monk. Monk is mad at me because I've been spending too much time with girls and work. So he's like, you never talk to me anymore. I'm like, I'm so sorry. It's not you, it's me. You know, the whole spiel. Yeah. Do the thing. Oh, do the thing. Yes. Almost forgot to do the thing. Let's go ahead and get some songs for the outro today. Remember, these songs are not to hype you up. They are almost a glimpse in how I feel most of the time. Let's see. Ryan Carvalho did release a new album. You guys know me. Ryan Carvalho is absolutely my favorite artist. Oh, what's a good song I listened to recently? Hold on, I'm logged in on a different profile here, on my phone. So this music's not updated. I haven't used this one for a long time. Yeah, we'll do a little bit of that. Matt Mason. What's really cool is when you find artists and then you realize why you like them so much is because they live in like the same geographical location, and because of that, you guys have actual similar experiences. So you're like, oh, you pretty much just lived my life. But yeah, that Nick D and Matt Mason lived very close to me. Probably have seen them out in public a couple times. Just didn't recognize who I was seeing. But yeah, where's yeah, we'll do this one. Right. I appreciate you. Let's go ahead and do the thing. And I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow. Like I said, I do plan on it. Something I want to do. But if something comes up and I'm not here, just know that I'll be coming back at some point. I always do. Let's do the thing. Bye!
Darling, can't you see I'm a broken man with addictive tendencies, and I think I love you, but I don't ever think I can ever learn how to love just right. So run away from me, run as far as your dark brown eyes can see, just as soon as you know that I don't ever think I can ever learn how to love you right. Well, I know the ways that you won't bend are the only ways I live my life. Oh, and I'm trying to cut open but just right, yeah. Oh, and I don't ever think I can ever learn how to love you right. But darling, can't you see I'm a broken man with addictive tendencies, and I think I love you, but I don't ever think I can ever learn how to love just right. So run away from me, run as far as your dark brown eyes can see, just as soon as you know that I don't ever think I can ever learn how to love you right. Oh, and all the ways that you won't bend are the only ways I live my life. Oh, and I'm trying to cut open but just right, yeah. Oh, and I don't ever think I can ever learn how to love you right. I think I'm better on my own, but I get so lost in you. I think I'm better on my own, but I'm so obsessed with you. I think I'm better on my own, but I get so lost in you. I think I'm better on my own, but I'm so obsessed with you. And I don't ever think I can ever learn how to love you right. Oh, and all the ways that you won't bend are the only ways I live my life. Oh, and I'm trying to call